Welcome to the Movement Leaders Fellowship of the Chang Zuckerberg Initiative. My name is Pamela Chang, and I'm one of your Rockwood trainers with...
And my name is Jose Acevedo. I'm also one of your Rockwood trainers. We thought it'd be useful to give a little bit of background. We're going to get to know each other over the next couple of weeks. But I'm talking to you from where I live, from my house in a little town called Nyack in the Hudson River Valley. This is the traditional land of the Lenape people. This is a place where they came to fish. Part of my background that I'd like to share with you is I identify a lot with being a New Yorican, a Puerto Rican from New York. All my family's now back on the island. I identify with being a grandfather. That's kind of a more recent thing. And also I identify with being a troublemaker. And sometimes the trouble was for good, and sometimes the trouble was not so good. So that's a little bit about me. My work history is I'm a product of organizing. I was organized when I was 17. Did all kinds of stuff while I was in school. Became a community organizer for a number of years, and then transitioned to working as an attorney for a union. And then about 35 years ago, shifted to this work with helping leaders and also doing consulting with organizations, helping them where they are. So that's a little background about me.
Wonderful. And a little bit about me. I'm Chinese American, born in San Francisco, which makes a lot of sense for how come I'm a cowgirl rancher in Montana now, where I am based. And where I am based is the traditional hunting grounds of many indigenous peoples, including some such as the Apsaluki, the Ananin, and Lakota and Dakota. I was raised by my grandparents and my single mom, which informs a lot about how I show up in the world, strong women. And my work history is such that I got to cut my teeth organizing by helping to create the environmental justice movement of the 1990s. And since that time, it's been a through line of working across multiracial, multilingual, people of color-led settings. Leadership development and social change has been a through line in all of my work in these decades. And I do that these days working directly with leaders like yourselves in your teams and systems, and how do you create the culture necessary to bring your best. So by now, you've probably had a chance to watch our welcome video from our wonderful leader, Darlene Nipper, our CEO. If you haven't, do take a few minutes to do so. And what this is marking the beginning of a 7-month journey we will be taking together, where you will get 2 week-long sessions. The first session begins September 21st week, and we look forward to seeing you. It will also include professional coaching support, relevant reading and materials, and also a learning partner from within this cohort with whom you can connect with between and after sessions. The overall purpose of our time together is really to offer a transformational opportunity to strengthen your individual leadership so that you can create more effective, sustainable, humane lives and organizations. And there are specific results or outcomes we want to ensure in this program, and you can find them in your participant workbook. It's full of great stuff, so check that out.
So thank you for hanging in there so far. We know that you're all busy. This is a video. This takes time to watch, and we really appreciate your doing this. Couple more things. We wanted to share a little bit how we think about leadership. We've been using the word a couple of times already. And one thing is that we use the word leadership more and more rather than leaders, because there's so many sort of dominant culture stereotypes about what a leader looks like, often white, often male, and surprisingly, often over 6 feet. And we know that leadership comes in all shapes and sizes and colors, etc. And leaders come at every level in organizations. So it's not leadership, we have to unbundle it from authority, from position, because you can have great leaders throughout your organization. Having said that, we also know that exercising leadership is easier for some and more difficult for others because of the inequities in the society that we all live in and work in. Another way we think about leadership is that we distinguish it from management. We know a lot of you are called on to both exercise leadership and management, and that makes your job hard. For us, leadership is a lot about how we show up, our state of being, how we are around people as we do this work. And management is much more about doing. Critically important. It's about routines of efficiency, about planning, budgeting, staffing, organizing. And I want to say that we've noticed that mostly people get, as they come up through the ranks or through formal training, they tend to get more management training than leadership. So I just want you to know that our journey over the next 7 months, that maybe 80% of what we'll be focusing on is your individual leadership, your personal leadership. There's also such a thing as organizational leadership and strategic, and those are important, but we're really going to focus basically in this program, we're going to focus on you. We believe in leadership from the inside out. And so we'll be expanding these concepts, and I'm sure you'll get a chance to live them over the next 7 months.
Mhm. Yeah, one of the things I love about Rockwood, and like you, I'm an alum, or you will be soon, an alum of the program, because I was a leader, took the coursework and found it very transformative. And what I love about Rockwood is that we don't sit here and just school you on a bunch of things. We actually give you material to practice. And so practice is sort of a centerpiece to our approach. You know, I come from a school of organizing. There's theory, and then there's practice, and then the intersection is praxis. And so what we do in this program is give you the practices so that you can be in praxis. Through the practices we offer, you'll gain a deeper understanding and the insights of being a more effective leader. And as you'll see on this slide, these are the 6 core practices that we'll be unveiling and diving into. Purpose, vision is another, partnership, performance, resilience, and personal ecology. They'll form the backbone of our work together with equity, especially racial equity at the core. Because we all know that today, all leaders really need to be able to skillfully navigate within the dynamics of race, culture, power, and privilege. We look forward to seeing you and spending time with you in our live classroom settings. And we begin this coming Monday at 9:00 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. So we encourage you to come ready, come with your materials, and we'll dive in. Thank you.
Buenas noches.